Hello, everyone. I hope that you're having a very blessed and graced start to this Advent season. In looking at our gospel for this coming Sunday, I found myself actually reflecting back on an Advent from a few years ago. And the words that brought it to mind were these ones from the Gospel of Luke. Prepare the way of the Lord, make his path straight. Every valley shall be filled, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough ways made smooth. And all flesh shall see the salvation of God. And the event that this brought to mind was a few years ago. I was doing my novitiate in England, and I was volunteering my time at a hospice there. And I was there for quite a while, actually, for probably about a year. I go once or twice a week. And I was asked by the director of charism there if I would play the organ for the Christmas midnight mass at the hospice. There was no one else to do it. And what you have to know about me is I don't play the organ well. I did play the piano when I was growing up, but I mean, I was not, I was okay, but I wasn't great. And I had been practicing the organ during my novitiate, but I certainly wasn't a wonderful organist by any means. And so, I explained that to her, and she said, "Oh, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine." And we'd really appreciate it. And so with great fear and trembling, I agreed that I would play the organ for the Christmas midnight mass. And I think my memory is I had maybe a week or two to prepare. And then when the list of Christmas carols was sent to me, I realized that in England, they actually have some traditional British hymns that we don't sing here in Canada, or at least I had never heard before. So that was a learning for me as well. So I was well and truly very, very anxious when Christmas midnight mass finally came, that it was going to be a total disaster. But I was determined to do it because, as she had said, there was no one else to do it. It went all right. There was no one coming up to me after Mass to say, "Wow, you are such a wonderful organist," because I wasn't, and that was fine. But something really helpful did happen, and that was that one woman came up to me at the end, and she said, you can tell a lot about an organist, about their personality, by how they play. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to hear this, but anyways, I listened. And she said, some organists, they play so beautifully, but they also play as if there's no one else in the room. They're so good that their organ music can stand alone without the benefit of anyone having to sing along. And she said, I could tell from how you played that you were there to support the congregation in their singing. I could tell from the way that you played that you wanted for people to join in. And of course that was true. Of course I wanted people to join in so that it would hide, the hideousness of my playing. But what she said, I think, really helped me with an important truth. And that was when the gospel talks about us as a people of God, lifting our valleys and lowering our mountains. It's meant to be a support for others. So we lower our mountains and we raise our hills and are in touch with how we are weak and how we are in need. And this allows us to be a better support for the people around us. I was able to be a better support for the congregation that day because I knew that I wasn't a good organist, because I knew my need for people to sing along. And for me, that was a really beautiful and important lesson. And so my prayer for you and for us would be, as we continue in this Advent season, to try not to be afraid, to try to be open to how God is trying to even us out, to smooth us out, so that we can better be a support for the people in our lives, the people around us during this Advent season.